How good are your underwater translation skills?
Baby flying gurnard. Baby flying gurnard.
Leslie got me a SeaLife SportDiver housing, primarily so we could bring a phone to remote shore diving locations and not have to leave it in the car. That said, I did try its Bluetooth video capabilities with my iPhone and was pleasantly surprised by the footage. All of this was shot using the application's highest quality 1080p at 30 frames per second. The stabilization isn't as good as the GoPro, but at least I can get some better macro shots. When we go home next, I plan to pick up a newer phone to see how that compares. Hopefully, there will be a future software update to the SportDiver app to handle 4K. More on that in a later episode. Night means bedtime, even for fish. Typically we see them between rocks, under wreckage, or even balanced in between sea rod branches. It was a bold choice at Pampoen just to lie out in the open. This one is using some coral as the equivalent of an underwater hammock. Nice. We've shown spotted drums before, but this appears to be a very young juvenile, with its thread-like fins fluttering as it swims. The night dive at Caracasbaai was notable for a number of reasons. Pro tip: try not to go on a weekend, as it is quite popular and loud with the locals. Underwater we noticed a number of brittle stars out, and not too evasive around bright lights. Red reef hermit crabs always stand out with their bright body color. This one was just stunning with its two-toned purple shell. Then there was this giant anemone with its body inflated and a banded clinging crab on its side. As if that wasn't enough, one of my dive buddies pointed out this viper moray. I haven't seen one of those before. Never stop looking around, even in the shallows. I saw this partially buried sand dollar and dusted it off. The pattern makes it special. This one is called a mosaic sand dollar. Throughout the dive, we saw a number of spotted moray eels as well. We returned to Caracasbaai a few days later and saw three cool things. A green turtle out on the reef, a stingray in the shallows, and burgers for the dive buddies at Pop's Place. And now, a quick ask from a small channel looking to grow. If you don't already, why not subscribe and/or like the video? If you have a ton of time on your hands, let us know what you think about this video, where you've been diving, or suggest a place for us to visit in the comments section below. Thanks! Smiley face. We went back to Director's Bay because we enjoy its breathtaking drop-off just 50 feet from shore. The wall offers plenty of opportunities for me to work on better compositional shots. On the way down, we saw this juvenile yellowmouth grouper hugging the wall. Just off the wall a bit, in open water, a number of fish were going after this tasty fish head. In the shallows, I surprised this dark mantis climbing a sea rod. Unfortunately, it spotted me, and after a brief standoff, it decided to make a jump for it. We also saw this school of several thousand silversides hanging out under a ledge near the surface. It is just mesmerizing the way large schools ebb and flow. Unfortunately, there was a noticeable amount of discarded fishing line. I grabbed some, but will nominate the site for a future cleanup dive. Dawn from Rebel Diving Curaçao said she saw a large channel clinging crab, so we went to go see it. It was at the very back of a deep crevice in the wall. And yes, it does appear to be missing a claw. Despite the mid-January visit to Casabao, it was still Christmas underwater with this floating tree made from ornaments. If you like going deep, a visit to the sandy bottom at 110 feet will reward you with a garden of garden eels. One of the most striking aspects of Casabao was the number of very large tube sponges. Some of these were over 4 feet long. At the end of the dive, Leslie and Don were literally standing up, ready to walk back to shore, when I spotted this baby flying gurnard in 5 feet of water. Oh, and Leslie spotted this mantis shrimp holed up in a rock. Literally. Finally, we frequently come across animals and creatures we just don't recognize. Here are a few of some of the most recent. If you have any ideas about these, let us know in the comments section below. See you next time, and be nice to others.